Welcome back to Good Evening KU. I'm Ella.
And I'm Elena.
Melina, I have some big news for you.
What? Tell me.
So you remember that package that you did probably like a month or two ago?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, about the nostalgia room? You inspired me so much that I went there actually with my friends.
You did? Wait,
Yeah.
when was that?
We went 2 weekends ago, and we were just kind of bored on a Friday night. We're like, what should we do? We need to go do something. So I was like, my friend Melina told us all about the nostalgia room. So yeah, we went and took a little trip.
Yeah, that's it. Oh my gosh. Did you like it?
Yeah, it was so fun. They have a lot of board games and stuff there.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, there was like a vintage Sorry that we played, which was super fun.
I like a good game of Sorry.
Yeah, it was fun. All the boys sat and played the game, and then us girls just gotta sit and talk.
Cute.
Yeah.
What drink did you get?
I got a, that's all like a mocktail bar, like you said
Right.
last time. So I got a espresso martini, like mocktail.
What?
Yeah, which was good because I was feeling really tired, and
What
that
was
espresso
that?
really woke me
Why
up.
didn't she make me that? She just made me the basic Oklahoma Rose, which was still
Oh.
just as good, but
Yeah, what was in that one? What was like the flavor?
Rose.
Rose? I guess that would make sense. That was kind of a stupid question.
No, I mean it was rose, you know, like
Yeah.
like the sparkling rose that you
Okay.
could get for like New Year's, kind of stuff like that. But
Wait, fun, yeah.
that sounds yummy.
Yeah.
Was it like very espresso-y?
Mine was really strong, so no one else really liked it because they weren't like coffee drinkers. But my friend got like a orange lemonade type thing that was really good. And then my boyfriend got like a mock whiskey sour, and that was actually everyone's favorite. Like we all tried each other's,
Wait.
and we took a vote.
Yeah, because they have like their own line of non-alcoholic drinks. Like,
Yeah.
They must have come out with a non-alcoholic whiskey.
They must have, yeah.
Which I don't know how that would work, but
I don't know.
that sounds good.
Yeah, it was a really fun way to spend our Friday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds great. Well, how are you feeling about finals?
They're coming. That's how I'm feeling.
Indeed. They are slowly approaching.
Yeah, I'm trying to get on top of it as much as I can this week, but I just know it'll hit me like a ton of bricks. So,
Yeah, just preparing for the avalanche.
Yeah.
For sure.
do you have a lot of like tests, projects? What are your
Not really
finals?
tests. Since we're like journalists,
Yeah.
like it's more project based, which
Mhm.
it's kind of nice. Which honestly, I would prefer a project
Yeah.
over an essay or what do you call it? An exam.
Yeah.
Because like all the math people and all the science people, they're studying
Uh-huh.
their little tails off.
Yeah. Do you have like a
all that.
favorite project you're working on for a final, or more just stuff you got to do for class?
Yeah, I mean, I have like 2 presentations for like
Okay.
the end of our semester, I guess, but nothing is really standing out to me. It's all just like, what a drag, you know?
It's like I gotta sign this. I just need to finish it.
Yeah, exactly. I just
Yeah.
gotta finish it. What about you?
Yeah. I'm also a political science major, so I have a political statistics exam. That's like a final
Yikes.
exam. It's 16 pages for the test. So
the test is
the
16
yeah, the test is 16 pages.
Oh my
So
Lord.
I'm starting to study for that like tomorrow.
Yeah, oh my
but,
gosh.
yeah,
I didn't
so-
know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that you were political
Yeah.
science. That's
So
cool.
that is on my list of things I don't want to do. But I'm in a class right now, 201, where we got to kind of make a presentation about something in pop culture. So I got to talk about live music. So that was definitely
Ooh, live music.
a favorite for me.
Like
But,
what type of live music? Like what did you talk about?
Yeah, we talked about music festivals and kind of how they've like evolved over time, and it was kind of fun to look into like the history of them and stuff. They like started during the Olympic Games in ancient Greece, so wasn't expecting that.
That's
but-
kind of cool.
Yeah.
I wish we kind of did presentations like that last year when I took it, but we just sent them to the professor and he just watched them and we're like, okay, we're done.
Yeah.
But that would have been fun to watch everyone's presentations, but I felt like it would have been kind of repetitive.
Everyone's projects were like completely different. So it was a new topic for every single presentation, so it's actually been really entertaining.
Like, that's so weird how each professor does it so differently.
Yeah.
Because, like, ours, like, we were divided into groups based on our research essay.
Oh.
And like from the topics that we've already talked about in the class. So that's like how it all was divided. But our group was the only group that actually did the subject that we chose.
That makes sense.
I guess, but it would have been very repetitive.
Yeah.
Because there was like 20 groups in like one section.
All doing the same thing.
And I'm like,
yeah.
I wouldn't want to listen to that actually. So.
Yeah. I know. I'm like thinking about classes and I'm thinking about how this is like some seniors' last finals week. That's so crazy.
We're going to be juniors.
Yeah, we are going to be juniors. But yeah, I know we've heard from a lot of seniors recently.
Yeah. Jordan's actually in the studio right now with a very special senior guest right now. Jordan.
Welcome back, Jayhawks. We are here with Sofia Lamento to start off our senior interviews, asking her what's going on next year and how she's feeling. So, Sofia, how's everything going? What are you looking forward to?
It's chaos right now.
Right.
It is complete chaos, but I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, it's bittersweet.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel like I just graduated high school not that long ago, but
right.
now I'm going to be a grown-up in the real world, and it's really scary.
Yeah, I think I definitely resonate with that because I was just graduating from high school and now being a freshman and seeing so many people graduate from the J school. It's an interesting experience to notice, but how have you handled this process so far?
I think I'm handling it well. I feel like I'm a lot more sentimental. Obviously, these past few weeks I've been like, oh, this is my last senior night, or this is the last time I'm going to see this person, or you start to be like, oh my gosh, what if I never see them again? Because people are from all over, and I'm from Overland Park, so I actually know a lot of people that go to KU, but it still feels really sentimental because I'm like, well, I don't know where we're all going, you know?
Yeah. So where are you headed to? What's your plan after you graduate?
My plan post-grad is an internship in Lawrence, so I'll be here just for the rest of the summer. It's at Free State Film Festival.
Awesome.
And I'm really excited.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'll get to use a little bit of my journalism. Well, actually, it'll be a lot of my journalism skills that I've learned, and I could not have obtained this internship without the J School, so I'm really excited.
Yeah.
But after that, who knows?
Yeah, I think that's definitely relatable. What has your experience at the J School been like these past couple of years?
It's been wonderful. Journalism actually wasn't always my major. It was psychology.
Oh, cool.
And I decided that I didn't want to be a therapist, and I probably wouldn't make a lot of money if I just had my degree in psychology. And one of my best friends switched her major to communications. And so I decided to take a class because I was like, I have an elective and this class seems interesting, and I fell in love with journalism. I've always loved writing. I've always been good at it. So switched my major sophomore year.
Yeah.
And then I've always been, I feel like, trying to catch up because I love everything here so much and I love being involved in this school. And I'm a senior and this is my first time being on a show, or like last semester was my first time writing for the Kansan and things like that. And so part of me is like, oh, I feel like I'm trying to catch up to everyone,
Yeah.
but the other part of me is like, just take it in and be grateful that you got to be involved in everything. And you know, the work here feels really important, so that's what I love the most about the J School.
Yeah. Speaking of that, is there any like significant work that you've done that you're super proud of, or that has helped you kind of get your foot in the door when it comes to internships?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, being able to write for the Kansan and having to turn out stories every week was really rewarding, and it made my portfolio look good. And I got to interview some really cool people, and I got to attend concerts and events that I definitely would not have gone into without, obviously, a Kansan pass.
Yeah.
But I interviewed a New York Times bestseller, and she came to visit KU. She's an alum, and it was like a 3-hour-long phone call.
Gosh.
Yeah, it was so cool, and I learned so much from her. And I got to go to a Tech 9 concert and review it. Like, yeah, I've done like a lot of random arts and culture stuff, but I've enjoyed like every second of that. So probably that.
That arts and culture aspect, is that something that you're looking forward to working in after graduating, or are you just kind of open to anything?
Open to anything, but I do prefer that. I feel like I've always loved pop culture and I love community, and I feel like that's why I love journalism.
Yeah.
I love writing for people.
Yeah.
And I think that it is like really the backbone of democracy. So I really value that aspect of journalism, and I love arts and culture because that's kind of what it's about. It's like community based.
Yeah.
And I love to cover events, and I love to go to things, and I love to go out and eat at new places and try new things. So definitely I would hope that I have my career in that.
Yeah. Is there anything that you would like to tell your younger self, or maybe advice to underclassmen?
Yeah, get involved is my advice, because I, wanted to have that, and I guess part of me feels like I didn't get as involved as I should have sooner.
Right.
So my advice is to try everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like while you're a freshman, while you're a sophomore, while you're an underclassman, volunteer on a show.
Yeah.
Try to write for the Kansan, do editing. Try to get an internship over the summer if you're not doing anything. And I think that it can set you up for success because then you can have a grasp on really what you enjoy and what you don't enjoy. And especially in these developmental years for college, that's really important because this is the only time you're going to have these resources. Like I have Photoshop right now, and that's because of college.
Yeah.
And I'm like really invested in trying to get to learn the software while I have it and while I can like afford it.
Right.
So things like that. Use everything, try everything, do everything because you'll regret it if you don't.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of great insight. I think that's about all we have time for. Is there anything else that you want to add?
Rock chalk, and
Yes.
I wish I was staying. I'm like, I want to be held back. But no, I'm excited and I'm proud to have gone to KU and to be in the journalism school, and I'm really excited for what's next.
Yeah, the J School will miss you. Okay, after this short break, we're going to come back with news and sports.
I'm Shay, and this is Good Evening KU. The economy has shrunken at a 0.3 pace since January of 2025. This slowdown is at least partly caused by President Donald Trump's tariffs on foreign goods and companies. This is the first slowdown in 3 years. Experts predict that this will lead to less spending and investing in upcoming months. The KU Student Senate Executive Committee is questioning the transparency of the Gateway District project. The budget for this project has jumped to $778 million, and people have questions. The committee is requesting more information about how the project will benefit KU students, faculty, and the Lawrence community, especially with rising costs. A Kansas City firefighter paramedic was killed Sunday after being stabbed by a patient he was transporting to a hospital. According to local authorities, Graham Hoffman, 29, was responding to a routine medical call when he was attacked in an ambulance. The patient allegedly stabbed him in the chest, fatally injuring him. Hoffman was rushed to North Kansas City Hospital, where he died despite emergency efforts to save him. Prosecutors have charged 38-year-old Shanetwa Boswell of Kansas City with murder and armed criminal action. She is currently in custody on a $1 million bond. If convicted, she could face a life sentence. To mark his 100th day in office, President Trump traveled to Michigan, a battleground state where he won in the 2024 election, to hold a rally and discuss his commitment to America's manufacturing heartland. His speech, held at Macomb Community College, ended up being 90 minutes long. The president talked about his tariff policies as well as his recent accomplishments. Prior to the rally, Trump visited Selfridge Air National Guard Base to meet with Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer. There, he announced a new fighter jet mission and introduced a new fleet of war plans to be kept in Michigan. Now I'm going to toss it to Josie with our sports update.
Thanks, Shay. Over 2,500 fans showed up to Hogland Ballpark on Tuesday afternoon to cheer on the red-hot Kansas baseball squad as they knocked off the Missouri Tigers in the Buck O'Neill Classic. Third baseman Brady Council led the way with his career-high 5 RBIs and knocking out his 11th home run of the season. Kansas took the lead at the bottom of the first with a 3-run inning and did not look back en route to a 9-3 victory. The Jayhawks are now 36-10 and have won the last 9 games, continuing their best start in program history. KU will welcome the Cincinnati Bearcats for a weekend series starting tomorrow at 6 p.m. Taking a look at the NBA, the Rockets beat the Golden State Warriors 136-116 last night to cut the Warriors series lead 3-2. In Los Angeles, the Timberwolves knocked LeBron James and the Lakers out of the playoffs with a 103-96 victory. Tonight, the Knicks will try to close out the Pistons in Detroit, and the Clippers will try to stave off elimination against the Nuggets in Los Angeles. We'll take a quick break, and I'll be back with your weather update.
Where you go to college makes a statement about you. This place will become a part of you, your identity for life. The University of Kansas, a great place to be you.
Welcome back. I'm here to bring you your weather update. Let's go ahead and get started by just taking a look at what's going on this next week. As we have a very sunny weekend ahead and it's very humid out. And we have some showers starting next week as well, next Tuesday. Currently it's 69 degrees and it's partly cloudy with a 60% humidity and the UV is 7. This morning we did have some showers, but the clouds moved away and now the sun's shining. The winds are currently out of the west at 13 miles per hour. And the humidity is the big story this weekend, and that's our main reason for the precipitation we're going to see next week. Looking outside, we can see these partly cloudy conditions, and it looks very green outside, and yeah. Looking at our surrounding area, we can see that Topeka is at 71 degrees, Leavenworth at 70, Kansas City also at 70, and Ottawa at 72. Looking into our evening, we see a very strong decrease in temperature going from 70 to 63 to 58 at midnight. But our winds do taper off a little bit, and at midnight our winds are only at 3 miles per hour. This should make for a pretty calm evening, no rain expected. Tomorrow, what we should expect to see is slightly cooler temperatures at 67. Again, the humidity sticks around with us, but overall very calm. Our winds out of the northwest at around 12 miles per hour with gusts up to 25. What does this mean for our week ahead? So today, 71 degrees with cloudy conditions. This is a common trend for tomorrow. Again, cloudy conditions with a high of 67, so a slight decrease. Saturday, the clouds go away and the sun comes out. But it is still going to be very humid out considering we have a decrease in temperature, so it's going to feel stickier. Sunday, with a high of 67, sunny. And Monday, the sun sticks around and we get an increased temperature at 70 degrees. Tuesday, we should expect to see some showers at 60%. And Wednesday, we should also expect to see some light rain with a high of 67. Why are we getting this rain and why not now? Why next Tuesday? Let's go ahead and take a look at our upper jet stream. As you can see, starting off very calm with our cool air coming down over this weekend. That's why we're not seeing an increase in temperature even though the sun's out. But then once Monday into Tuesday comes, you can see this warm air, very fast winds come through our area and we get an uplift of vertical motion, and that's what's going to cause this broad precipitation and with a small chance of thunderstorms. But it is very humid out. This is today's humidity in our area. This is the warmest part of the day and we're still seeing over 50% relative humidity, which is very high. And again, if we had this lift right now instead of next Tuesday, we would be seeing this rain now. But currently we have very calm winds and here's the vertical motion on Tuesday. This is going to be our forcing for the precipitation we're going to see. And yeah, that's all I have for you. It's going to be a great weekend. Make sure you go support the Jayhawk baseball team and softball. And yeah, next week is our last show, so make sure you tune in. Thank you.